So what we're going to do now is we're going to do about a 40-minute meditation, 45-minute meditation. I tend to go long. This kind of meditation is a healing meditation. It's not where you're in the zone. You'll be a little bit in the zone, but I'll be talking. And depending on what's being channeled through, it might be fast talking. You might feel like I'm talking too loud. It's divine healing. So, and you'll hear me ask you if you want requests. So you'll be able to ask for things. And if you hear anything that you don't want, you just say no thank you in your mind. But you'll also hear me continually say, if you want this, say yes thank you, because yes thank you is what Source is working with, right? Your yes, your free will consent. And we'll bring in our animals. And anyone have children under the age of 17 in the room? Yes. Okay, so we can bring in the children under the age of 17. They can also benefit from this. Again, you'll hear everything. We won't do anything that you don't like. If you don't want something, you'll be able to say no thank you. Just in your consciousness. But I'll lead you through the whole thing. And we're going to start with about 2 or 3 minutes of singing bowl. And as soon as the singing bowls are done, that's just, we'll say a prayer. But while they're happening, for beautiful Lauren,
And like your name again.
Lauren, and her last name is Starr, who's gifting us this wonderful healing. I'm going to ask you just while it's happening, start to surrender to your breath, start to breathe. And this is how most humans breathe. They breathe like this. Can you see this breath is right here? I want you to breathe big, full. Feel the fullness of the breath fill up your chest, your lungs, your belly. Feel your whole back fill with the breath. Hold it for a few seconds and then exhale big, full, relaxing. So you're surrendering that the breath is breathing you while this is happening. Full, rich, big breaths. And if you want to, you can, whenever you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. But certainly by the time we get into the meditation. But I'm going to let you start now. As you're breathing these big, full breaths, letting the breath fill your body up, start to identify the breath as love. That the frequency of love, and the energetic vibration of love is what you're breathing into your body. And with your mind's awareness, feel and sense that love as you're breathing it in through the nose, and as it's filling up your breathing apparatus. And as the breath of this love is traveling down through your breathing apparatus, passing through the heart center, filling up the back and the chest and the lungs and the belly, the mid-back, the lower back, the whole core of your body being filled up with this love, that you're breathing slow, big, full, deep breaths of love, that your body is vibrating with these love breaths, with every breath you breathe. Recognizing that you are filling your body with the frequencies of love. We're just going to call in divine source consciousness, the highest, clearest, purest consciousness of original source, creator God, of all that is, all that ever was, all that ever will be. And that this divine source work in, through, and around each and every one of us in the highest and best and most benevolent ways possible, and only as is for our highest and best good, and the highest and best of all beings concerned, all beings involved, and that no harm shall come to anyone ever through this healing at any time, at any point in time or space. And so as you're breathing in this love and this divine source is working with, in, through, and around us, we also call forward the high selves, inner selves, super selves of each and every one of us in service and contribution, and all of our most benevolent angels, helpers, healers, guides, guardians, masters, teachers, loved ones, spirit doctor team, benevolent galactic shamans, and star family races of the highest and best caliber, with the highest and best and most benevolent of intentions, for the highest and greatest good of all beings concerned. Once again, that no harm shall come to anyone involved in any way, shape, or form. Now, as you're breathing in this love, you can, with your consciousness, call in, let's start with your animal companions, your animal who lives with you. Even if they've crossed over, as long as they're your animal, even in the non-physical realm, they can benefit from consciousness, from healing, from evolutionary work that we're doing here. So you call them in with your mind by simply thinking their name 3 times is a good time, or just seeing them and thinking their name in your mind. There's no way to do it wrong. Trust yourself that their consciousness is linked to yours, and that in this now moment there is a sacred agreement for them to show up right here, right now, to receive the gifts of what you are bringing forward by your presence here. Just calling them forward 3 times in your mind, saying their name, and inviting them into this healing space energetically, that wherever they are in physicality, wherever they are in time or space, they will receive the gifts and the benefits of tonight's healing, as is for their highest and best, as is uniquely appropriate for them. And you can also do the same with your children, provided that they are your children, not someone else's, and that they are 17 or under in terms of age. Same thing, just calling them forward. Wherever they are in time and space is irrelevant. Their consciousness receives the gifts of this healing. Their soul receives the gifts of this healing as it comes straight from divine source, creator God of all that is, and any and all benevolence who contribute to come forward, whose mission is to serve, support, and contribute in the highest and best and most benevolent ways. Now with them here now, they will be here, and each time you say yes to a healing, you consent for them as well. Your yes is a yes for them. If you say no thank you, that's fine, that's a no for them as well. You're the orchestrator as well. And so let's just ask, you're just breathing and receiving, and your job is to notice. Notice whatever you notice in this healing circle. Whatever you notice is fine. Be aware that there's no wrongness, there's nothing to judge, there's nothing to resist, there's nothing to react to. Nor do you have to understand exactly what's happening or logic through it or make any sense of it. You simply have to give consent to that which you choose to receive, or say no thank you to anything you don't. So let's just ask Source right here, right now, where it would like to begin. Good. So the first thing it's going to do, we're going to do a soul reunification. And so I will say the words. You'll listen at first, and then you'll give your consent. So what it wants to do is call back all fragmented aspects of your soul that are ready to be returned home to you. Wherever these fragmented aspects of your soul exist, whatever point in time or space, those fragmented aspects will now be returned to you, home to you, the rightful owner, restored to you. And as they are, before they are, they will first be cleansed, blessed, bathed, purified, harmonized, and divinitized in the love and light of divine source creator God, that it will cleanse, bless, bathe, purify, harmonize, and divinitize every aspect of your fragmented souls that are now being returned to you, the rightful owner, restored to you. And they will be restored to you with divine source consciousness attached to them. In other words, the gifts of divine source consciousness will be returned to you and reinstalled within you and within every cell of your body and being. Now, no other aspect can be returned to you. Just what's rightfully yours. If you're willing to receive this now, you're just going to breathe and receive and allow. You give consent by saying yes, thank you. Once again, as a reminder, it's only as is for your highest and best good with harm to none, and only as is uniquely appropriate to you as a unique individualized body and being. Whoever you are, only as is for you. So this is the time to give your consent. You say yes, thank you in your mind or out loud. Good to go. Now when you hear me make that sound, it's just energy. Old, dense, heavy energy coming up out of the way that needs to be removed or cleared. And it's a clearing language. It's a light language that just clears density. Good. Now, so this is just starting, and you're just going to notice whatever you notice. Even if you think it's nothing, that's fine. Even if it's just the sound of my voice, that's fine. And there's moments where I'm completely silent because I have to get out of the way while Source does the work. There it goes, nice. You're just noticing whatever you notice. Nice. Nice, good. A little more. And you're just breathing in love and being as conscious and aware as you can be, noticing whatever you notice. Good, nice, beautiful, good. We're going to go back to the point of the origin of your soul. The point of the origin of your soul and your soul's creation. The origin of you as a unique individualized being fractaled off from Source. This point, this origin of the creation of you, Source is now going to infuse you with divine Source healing, divine Source love, divine Source light, and divine Source peace. At the point of the origin of you, creation of you as a unique individualized being, this energy will come. And this consciousness will come straight from original source, the original source of infinite love, infinite light, infinite peace. If you would like to receive this now, you're going to say yes, breathe in love, and just give your consent with a yes, thank you. You're good to go. Yeah. Yes. Noticing whatever you notice. Fine. Just feeling and sensing. Nice. And the following truths will be yours with your consent. I know what it feels like to be truly loved by Divine Source, Creator God. I know how to be truly loved by Divine Source, Creator God. You don't have to use the word God. I'm worthy and deserving of full and complete love. I'm worthy and deserving of being worthy and deserving of love. I'm worthy and deserving of receiving Divine Source love. I am aligned with Divine Source love. I am aligned with the frequencies, energies, and vibrations of Divine Source love. I am the embodiment of Divine Source love. I know, see, perceive, realize, understand, accept, allow, and embrace this truth that I am Divine Source love embodied. If you're willing to receive these truths as your truth and to have Divine Source instill them within you and within every cell of your body and being, please say yes now. Breathe and receive. Good to go. Yeah. You're just breathing and noticing. Whatever you notice is fine. Nice. There it goes. This is really nice. Smooth like butter coming in. Just breathing, receiving, noticing, and allowing. Nice. Beloved, beautiful, compassionate Kuan Yin, here now. Kuan Yin coming forward. Divine Kuan Yin, Goddess Kuan Yin. Here to instill the divine frequencies, energies, and vibrations of compassion within your heart center. Opening your heart center to be the embodiment of the compassion that you truly are. To own the compassion within your heart that is truly who you are, vibrating as you. Giving yourself the compassion of Kuan Yin and Mother Mary, these benevolent goddesses who hold and embody the compassion for all of humanity, both stepping forward here now and instilling the energies, the frequencies, and the vibrations of compassion and the compassionate heart within your heart center. All you need to do is breathe and receive as these goddesses shower you, infuse you with compassion, and invoke the compassion that lives within your own heart center. Compassion moving in and through your body and being with your consent now. Breathe in compassion. There's no way to do it wrong. Just breathe in aloud. Give your consent with a yes, thank you. Notice whatever you notice, it's fine. Essentially what these divine goddesses are doing with each and every being in the room, and also for those of you listening in live, in delayed playback, wherever you are, they're working with your heart center individually. One by one, they're putting their hand on your heart center. You may notice, sense, see, or feel a light pressure on your heart center. You may notice, sense, see, or feel a lightness on your heart center. You may notice just the energy of love and compassion. Whatever it is fine. Each human in the fifth dimensional reality will be living from the heart center. In the third dimensional reality, most humans function primarily from the left analytical brain. In the fifth dimensional reality, the heart becomes the ultimate navigator and the ultimate guide. This is why it is so important to open up, receive, and embody the energetic frequencies of compassion. You may sense a heart flutter. That's fine too. Okay. Ready to move on now? Thank you. Okay, we're going to do some healing for the group. So, the first thing they want to address here, and you'll be able to make requests, yeah, but it's just coming up for the collective first, the group of us. It's just anywhere where we've been feeling entangled with toxic thoughts, toxic thinking, and or toxic emotions. Anywhere we've been ensnarled and or entangled with that energy of toxicity. And all of the toxic thoughts that have manifested on the material plane as chemtrails, and also any and all of the toxic emotions which have manifested and or materialized as toxic waters. Those toxic emotions will now be cleansed, blessed, bathed, purified, and harmonized with the divine source, taken away and transmuted into divine love and light. So if you're willing to receive this healing, you're basically allowed or permitted or requested now in this moment to just become aware of any toxic thoughts or toxic emotions you may have felt recently or sensed or experienced, or else just allow the healing. It is not necessary for you to bring them to your consciousness. Source is divinely aware of this, and this is where the healing is coming from now. So you're just breathing, receiving, and saying, yes, thank you for the healing on these toxic emotions, toxic thoughts, toxic belief systems. They're just being identified, lifted, removed, dissolved, and taken away and transmuted into love and light now that you no longer need to perpetuate them and or recreate them, and so that you're done and complete with them. As they are lifted, removed, dissolved, and taken away and transmuted into love and light, divine source will instill within you and within every cell of your body and being higher clarity consciousness, divine source truth, divine source perspective, understanding, and definition, and divine source point of view as it relates to these lower vibrational thoughts and emotions, so that you have the higher perspective, so that you are aligned with divine source as it relates to this, and so that you no longer need to have them anymore. So, time for me to get out of the way. Breathe and receive. Give your consent, if you choose it. Yes, yes, yes. Good. So there's simultaneously a clearing away of what was old and a healing, an attunement, an alignment on what is new, which you are now aligning with. And for you just to become aware with this healing part that what's really happening is there a frequency vibration, a shift of your consciousness from one realm of frequency into another realm of frequency, an attunement, an alignment. Just breathing and receiving, noticing and allowing. Whatever you notice is fine. Okay. We're going to activate within you your original divine blueprint. Your original divine blueprint for perfect health and ideal health. Your perfect and ideal health and well-being. This does not mean that overnight you suddenly become perfectly healthy. It means it will be restored within you, and as you are divinely aligned in your unique divine timing, perfect health is in your future. Your perfect and ideal health and well-being on all levels and all layers. This means on an emotional level, a mental level, an auric level, your light body, an energetic level, and of course, ultimately, a physical level. The original divine blueprint is unique to you, your unique body and being. If you're willing to receive this activation now, breathe, receive, give your consent. Yes, thank you. That's all that's required. This is coming from divine source, and only as is uniquely appropriate for you as a unique individualized body and being. As always, it's only as is for your highest and best. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just notice whatever you notice is fine. Yes. Nice. A little more. Nice. Slowly integrating. Good. Nice. Beautiful. Granting it in here now. All right, with the next 3 breaths, take the next 3 breaths. We're going to drop you down into the 5th dimensional earth. It's a new paradigm, a whole new earth. It will align you with all new truths, new realities, and new perspectives that are aligned with where the mass consciousness is ultimately headed. But you will become one of the knowers, not as much of a believer, more of a knower. So what you're going to do is you're going to drop out this base chakra. Now the way you're going to do this, take 3 deep, full breaths. With these full deep breaths, connect them into the heart center, that you actually feel as if your heart center is what's breathing the breaths. And let the consciousness drop down from the heart center through the belly center. Just follow the breath. Through the reproductive, feel, sense, see, and imagine the energy of your consciousness dropping down from the reproductive into the tailbone. Feel the buttocks and drop it all down now like a big root. A big cord, energetic cord of love, your love, dropping through the earth, layers and layers of earth, opening up into the center of the earth. And the center of the earth is a bunch of crystals, huge crystals, the crystalline core. Let your love that you're breathing in drop into that crystal. See, sense, feel, or imagine it. No way to do it wrong. Whatever you see, sense, feel, or imagine is fine, even if it's just your intention. Drop down into the center of the crystals of Mother Earth. Wrap your love, the breath of your love, in and through those crystals, the crystalline core. This is the Christ consciousness that Jesus Christ himself had. This is where Christ consciousness comes from. The crystals store up the consciousness of Christ. Now breathe it up. Breathe it all the way up. Feel, sense, see, or imagine it rising up in through your tailbone. There's no way to do this wrong. You're just aligning with a whole new consciousness here. 5th dimensional consciousness is based in Christ consciousness. The crystals are holding the memory. Rise it up into your tailbone. You feel it coming back up. All that love you've been breathing in, it's coming up through your tailbone. Breathe it up some more, love, into the reproductive center. These crystals, this Christ consciousness is coming in through your body. Rise it up now into the belly. Feel, sense, see, or imagine. Rise it up into the heart center. Breathe it in through the heart center. Just let it sit there. Let it rise in and through your body, still breathing in love. No way to do it wrong. Now we're going to do some individual healing. So, I'm going to open my eyes here. So if there's any person who wants to ask for healing on any topic at all, just make a request. Say 1 or 2 words to identify. You can just say it out loud, it's fine. Anyone? Money. Okay, good. I'm going to get out of the way. So something's going to be channeled through here. Understand here and now, your money, that which you refer to as your monetary system, is simply an exchange of energy. Wherever you are lacking in money, you are lacking in fair exchanges of energy. An energetic exchange of money is the representation of fair energy exchange. If you're out of alignment with fair energy exchange, you will be out of alignment with prosperity. There are other truths involved in this as well. Understand as well that money, abundance, prosperity is directly linked in to your connection with Source. As you know that you are the divine source and that divine source is running in and through you as a creator being, that source is your supply, you will be in forever supply. Wherever you are out of alignment with this source, the source which is you, the embodiment of you, you will be perceiving yourself in states of lack. For the ultimate abundance, the ultimate prosperity of everything comes through your connection and your alignment with Source. Seek to align yourself with me, the source within you, the source of infinite supply, the source of infinite love, the source of infinite prosperity, the source of infinite abundance, the source of infinite wealth. And as you align yourself with me, so shall you be. There is another aspect of this as well. All abundance and all prosperity and all wealth is also directly linked into your own unique sense of deservability, sense of self-worth and self-value. As you seek to improve your sense of self-worth, self-value, not from a place of arrogance or superiority, but simply from the sense of knowing and perceiving yourself and embodying yourself as a worthy and deserving being, who indeed is worthy and deserving, which indeed you are. Therefore, then, in that case, you will have more and more abundance, prosperity, wealth, and money in all its forms. Seek to align yourself with Source. Seek to know yourself and experience yourself as worthy and deserving. Seek to engage in fair and reciprocal energetic exchange, and you will begin to know yourself and experience yourself as more and more abundant and prosperous in all areas of wealth exchange. One more piece which needs to come through as channeled information. And that is this: as you serve, as you contribute to the greater good of other beings around you, in service to the greater good, as you use yourself as a form of service, not through self-martyrdom, not through self-manipulation, not through doing anything in any way, shape, or form would cause detriment or harm to you, but simply through service, through the joy of being of service, through the love of offering service, you will find yourself in much more abundance. You will find yourself more abundantly living, because every offering of service is an energetic exchange. And so the law of reciprocity will always provide to you that which you give out in exchange. So seek to serve, seek to contribute, and you shall receive more. As you bring these 4 aspects into alignment, that which has been explained here now, you will find you are much more abundant and prosperous in all areas of your life. One final piece, and then we shall do the healing which you have requested on this area, this topic area, and that is this: you need not remember what has been said, for all that has been expressed through the channel this evening will be instilled within your consciousness, with and from Source, this and even greater than that which has been spoken here in this now moment. Allow yourself to receive the downloads on this expanded consciousness, and it will be instilled within your consciousness, because of course it comes from within you and within the collective of the group that is involved here today, including those listening in what you will call delayed playback. Now, please breathe and receive. All of this consciousness and even more will come to you and be instilled within you and within every cell of your body and being, with and from divine source consciousness, only as is in service to your highest and best good. This is the healing at this moment to expand your consciousness on this topic area. Breathe, receive, and give thanks. Good. Let's give you the following truths as well. I'm worthy and deserving being. I'm worthy and deserving of being worthy and deserving. I'm worthy and deserving of being abundant. I'm worthy and deserving of being prosperous. I'm worthy and deserving of being of service in the highest and best ways. I know how to be of service and contribution in the highest and best ways. It feels good and right to be of service and contribution in the highest and best ways. I'm aligned with the energies, the frequencies, and the vibrations of being of service and contribution in the highest and best ways. I'm aligned with the energies, the frequencies, and the vibrations of worth. I'm aligned with the energies, the frequencies, and the vibrations of deservability. I know, see, perceive, realize, understand, accept, allow, embrace, and acknowledge myself as worthy and deserving. There's more to this. Got it. Thank you. First, breathe, receive. Receive this now. Have Divine Source, Creator, God above, that is instilled within you and within every cell of your body and being. Simply say yes, thank you.